Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Information Playground. You're listening to us on a number of formats. You could be listening to us on YouTube, podcast, any of the platforms that I'm familiar with, or WVLP. Now, WVLP is an FM radio station in Valparaiso, Indiana. They're a great community station, and I hope that you choose to check them out. WVLP.org, 103.1 FM if you're local in Valpo. If you're not, stream us on WVLP.org on Monday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m., Friday afternoons from 1 to 2 p.m., and that's Central Time, of course. And check out the website. They do a great job in the community. And if you'd like to be part of that, if you'd like to underwrite the program or any of the programs on WVLP, I know they'd love to hear from you. The Information Playground is broadcast not just there, but also on demand on just about any of the podcast channels or platforms I'm familiar with, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the rest of them. And then, of course, YouTube on the Information Playground. So with that said, we've got a great program for you today. I've got two good friends, Sikoski, Rami Salahieh, both work at Ivy Tech, and both are with us today. And we're going to talk about some things that are going on at Ivy Tech. Ivy Tech is the largest community college in the country. Self-disclosure, I'm an online professor, adjunct at Ivy Tech, but they've been in my heart, as regular listeners know, for years. And so let's start with Atso. Would you tell folks a little bit about yourself? You're Chancellor of the Valparaiso campus. You're probably more than that. You're always adding all kinds of stuff every time I talk to you. But tell us a little bit about, first off, what you do, and then what's going on at Ivy Tech Valpo.
Good morning, everyone. Ron, thank you so much for having us. I'm delighted to be always with you on your show. It's an excellent show, and more than ever, we needed more information about cybersecurity and playground as you are disclosing all information to all of us. So really, really appreciate everything what you do for the businesses, but more so for the community, and inviting us to share great things, what is happening at Ivy Tech. I'm also Sikoski, serving Chancellor for Valpo campus, Michigan City and LaPorte sites. And it's delighted to be again with you and share some exciting things. Absolutely, like any other educational institution, any other institution in general, as we are dealing with this pandemic, we continuing to offering all kinds of classes. So I said all kind. That means we still offering classes face to face, online, virtual, and we call it combination or hybrid, which means it could be a class where students will take a virtual or online portion, which is the lecture part predominantly. And then when it comes down for the hands-on or the lab work, then they are coming either to the campus, or if we're talking about for the healthcare programs, they will be at the clinical sites and they will meet the requirements. So yes, we are adjusting the way we are making the delivery of the classes accordingly to the health department, to the Indiana State Department, as well as the federal health department. But at the same time, we want to make sure that the students will receive the highest quality of education and the hours what is required for that particular class. And I will be mercy if I'm not going to say immediately. I really, really appreciate and I cannot explain how I'm excited to work with such a dedicated faculty and staff, especially faculty, how quickly they adapted to this new way of delivery. And we have Professor Rami with us today, and he is a department chair for cybersecurity and director for the center, but he will share a little bit more about this. But when we have such a dedicated faculty for the highest quality education, no better for us to work. So again, that's what we have done it. And now as this week, we are close this week for the entire college. And now we are going to go back on January 4th. Only staff is going to come back, and then faculty, they're coming on January 11th. And on January 19th, we are starting with the spring semester. So Going forward, as I explained, we have all these five different ways of class delivery, what we have out there. But also, I wanted just to say that we've changed a little bit more of for the people coming to the campus. And I did say people because it could be faculty, it could be staff, it could be student, it could be visitor. Everyone needs to be checked with the temperature, and there are four standard questions they will be asked at the door, and it's only one door. It's operational. We really wanted to make sure that we are having these measures to minimize the number of positive cases and minimize the impact what we do, because again, we are talking about today about cybersecurity, but safety and security, it's the number one thing what we do at Ivy Tech.
Excellent, excellent. Well, welcome. Always a pleasure. Rami, you're in charge of cybersecurity at Valpo Ivy Tech. Tell folks a little bit about you, and then let's get into to some things that are going on.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Oxo. Uh, my name is Rami Salahieh. I'm actually the cybersecurity program chair, and this process also becoming the cybersecurity center director also at Ivy Tech Valparaiso. We have a lot of great news at Ivy Tech. We have an amazing news. I want to start one by one. So cybersecurity is a concern for everybody. If you actually don't have to be cybersecurity professionals, if you have a computer and a cell phone, if you have any device connected in your house to the internet, you definitely need to deal with cybersecurity. We have a lot of great news here for you. I'm going to start first of all. At Ivy Tech, recently, my Ivy Tech Valparaiso student were able to build a CSOC, we call it Cybersecurity Operations Center. And this was a result of myself, Professor Ben Marraro, and Ivy Tech Valparaiso campus. We have actually involved at least 8 students who came in last year over Christmas time, and we built a CSOC. So we built the CSOC Security Operations Centers where student can actually do cyber operation. We teach a lot of cybersecurity classes. We have a lot of cybersecurity certification. That's one things we do in there. We also have a lot of good program at Ivy Tech. I can go on and on right now, but I would like to see, you want me to continue on, or are you just gonna ask some questions, or
Well,
shall we?
actually, I mean, you're exactly right. There's always a zillion things going on. I'm glad that you started with the seesaw because it's been on my heart for several years now. Um, there's some other things, and we can come back to that CSOC later because I've got some questions on it. Let's start with the grant. There's a lot of work's gone into this. It's been months in the happening. What's that all about, and what does that give us the ability to do now?
Right. So at the Ivy Tech Valparaiso campus, we the center of Northwest Indiana when it comes into hands-on education. A lot of high school teachers, students. We have a lot of college students. We have a lot of professionals who actually reach out to us and say, "Hey, we need you to kind of help us train our faculty, our high school teacher, our student in high schools." There's a wide variety of stuff. So we actually end up starting humble. We start actually hosting some cybersecurity boot camps. We hosted the National Security Agency, Gen Cyber. We also hosted the Cyber Patriot, which is sponsored by the Air Force Association. We have done a lot of work, and as a result of that, the campus as a leadership, we find out there's really demand for cybersecurity, and that's the reason we end up actually building the CSOC at the Valparaiso campus. That was the motivation behind it. We felt the community, the banks, the businesses, the student, the faculty, everybody really looking for cybersecurity education. That's what led the effort to build the CSOC. And just recently, we have, without mentioning too many details, we have the government reach out to us. They said, "Hey, we need your help to build also a regional forensic labs also have to do with human trafficking and child exploitation centers." And that was another motivation. So I reached out to a lot of friends and a lot of entities in state of Indiana and Washington, D.C. We get some help, and this is really moving so fast. We have a lot of meeting coming in this year. I think this is going to be a better year than last year. COVID-19 slowed us a little bit down, but the cybersecurity student, and thanks to the leadership of Ivy Tech, and thanks to Oxo and to Euron also, and to Ben and Susan and everybody in this team who actually helped us to, keep going. And, there was a time we have a lot of challenges, but cybersecurity is always in demand. And this is actually the most critical time in our nation, our time, that we see a lot of cyber attack taking place, because a lot of us right now, we go online via Zoom meeting or some kind of visualization meeting. So this is a great time. We really need to focus on cybersecurity.
Yeah, yeah, we've seen the attacks just increase. Some of the stats that I've heard is that in the first 6 months of 2020, the amount of attacks on Americans was 3 times what it was the entire year of 2019. I've heard that or read that it's estimated that only 15% of attacks are reported, according to the FBI. That leads us to millions of attacks that actually happen on a daily basis. And of course, working from home has just made everyone that much more vulnerable. You may have a department at your office or at your company that handles the security, but you don't have that department at home. And so they've had to just on the fly, so to speak, enable people to work, and security kind of took a backseat at a lot of companies. I hope that they're starting to get on top of it, but you still got all the small and mid-sized businesses that probably weren't secure in the office and probably have no security at home. Also, that grant is a pretty sizable grant, and it's from the NSA. We used to joke that was no such agency. Now we realize it's the National Security Agency. What does that mean? How big is it? I know that there's only 4 schools that are part of this, and Ivy Tech's one of them. 4 schools out of the whole country.
You're absolutely right, Ron. This grant, we are talking about $5.9 million. It's a substantial amount of money. It's being awarded to 4 schools. As you mentioned, Ivy Tech is one of them, but also we have Purdue Northwest, as well as University of Tennessee at Chattanooga and University of North Carolina at Charlotte. So there are 4 institutions involved right now, but right here, out of those $5.9 million, what we are talking about, the 2 campuses in Valparaiso and Lake County, we're going to receive in Valparaiso a little bit over $800,000 and a little bit over $700,000 at Lake County. So this grant, I really express my great appreciation to Professor Rami for his dedication, and Matthew over in Lake County, as well as Ben Marrero, the department chair, and Susan Perry, the dean. Everyone work collectively to secure this grant, of course, partnership with the other institutions. But this grant is predominantly, it's going to help to get these credentials to multiple levels for the other professionals, including the law enforcement agencies, financial institutions, and all the others. But what it's all about is how we can get the awareness out there and how we're going to help, especially the law enforcement personnel, which now we have a little bit over 400 law enforcement personnel, military, transitioning military, and others responders will be trained with these grants. So again, it's a right timing, a right place, and with a good teamwork with the leadership, Professor Rami and Ben and Matt and the other institutions, I think we're going to make a big difference in Northwest Indiana.
Oh, that's great to hear, and I know you will. It surprises me that it's taken us this long to get here, but I'm glad that we have. You know, it's a combination, it's a teamwork of government, of education, of business. We all have to work together. I talked about the attacks a minute ago, but there's 350,000 jobs in America alone that are not going filled. There's over 3 million worldwide. Simply don't have the people to fill those positions in cybersecurity. So it's a great career choice. It's a great way to get involved, and it's a great way to help your country, your community, your planet. I mean, really, it's a planet-wide problem. So there's a communication center that we need to talk about, community support that goes along with the CSOC and all that we're talking about. Rami, you want to start us off, or Atso, should you? I'm not sure where to go.
I wanted just to start, but I'm going to quickly turn over to Professor Rami, because I really don't want to steal any thunder from him. But again, when we are talking about great teamwork and when the community, they see the dedication of our professors and staff and everyone along this area. And when we wanted to build the best and the highest quality program, which one of them is the cybersecurity, and how we are dedicated, then community recognize that and they are really in support on that. So we have secured quite a few dollars, what is going to support us to build this center, from individual donations to institutional, profit, nonprofit organizations, and so forth, so on. And really, I wanted to express my great appreciation to all donors and support what we're trying to accomplish right here in Northwest Indiana in Valparaiso campus. And again, I'm going to just quickly turn over to Professor Rami, but without his leadership and the entire department and the entire school information technology at the Valparaiso campus, we were not able to accomplish what we have right now. So Rami, I'm going to turn over to you and you can share what we have done and what are the future plans.
Thank you, Axel. Well, thanks to the leadership of Ivy Tech and to your leadership also, Axel, and also to great friends like Ron, who actually constantly support us and give us a lot of feedback in the faculty advisory board meeting, and where we meet with the industry professionals. We get feedback from the industry about what really required in the field, what are the classes we need to teach. Now, going back again to the CSOC. The CSOC is the center right now we're building in the Valparaiso campus. This has started about a year ago, almost a year and a half ago. And we have a group of, motivated faculties and leaders in the industry. We went and we consult with our local businesses. There's really any demand for this. And from meetings and going to meeting, me, myself, Professor Ben, Susan Perry, our dean, and yourself, Axel, and Ron, and some other business owners, we find out there's really demand for the CSOC. The grant recently we got from the National Security Agency, that will help us actually to use that CSOC for training these individual. Use the cyber range that we currently trying to acquire cyber range also for Ivy Tech, and we right now in different discussion with different entity, including Cyberbet, and we're trying to find a way to justify the expenses. And this is really great time. We have all this different combination. We get the NSA grant, we have the CSOC that started a year and a half ago. We also, our student won national competition. Just recently, we hosted at Ivy Tech the USCC United States Cyber Challenge. The region one, we have 17 different states participated, and our student won the first place in that region one. And then we went to national competition and we won second place in the nation. And this is great news. We have in Cyber Club, like Cyber Gladiator, Women in Cybersecurity, Computer Masters, all this activity you have in Ivy Tech Valparaiso campus really lead to this great combination of the grant, the CSOC, the cyber range, and also the different computer club and the cyber competition that really leads to answer the demands in the market right now. You may say, I have a little business, I'm not worried about cybersecurity. No, if you connect to the network, everybody need to have a cybersecurity insurance. And that's something Ron can talk about it. So we have a lot of stuff. If you go back again to the grant, we're looking at least 425 new participants, mostly coming from 75%, excuse me, law enforcement and military veterans. We also have other first responders like EMAs that will be coming in, and the remaining 25% will be coming from minority groups. So we're looking for like nursing, who we're gonna do combination of cybersecurity and medical, law enforcement and medical, and cybersecurity. So all this different combination, that's what we're looking for that grant. The grant is really, it's a complement to what we do here. And that's the reason right now we believe the CSOC, the Cybersecurity Operations Center, is answer to all this questions that we see in the fields. I meet with law enforcement agency and we constantly have a concern about CSOC. We have partnership with NESA, which is a public-private sector organization. Ron, myself, and also you, Axel, member of that, also that actually give us, partnership with not only just industry, but also government, and answer these questions about cybersecurity.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how it all fits together. If you, I don't care if you have a shoe repair shop or if you're a Fortune 100 company, you've got cyber security issues. If you connect in any way to the internet, and every business does, whether it's a point of sale cash register or what it is, everybody does. The little square thing that people put in their phones, that connects to the internet. Everything does. So you start with the need, whether it's you recognize it or not, the need is there. The second thing is the um, having the people to help you with that. Most people, my experience is, and I deal mostly with small to mid-sized businesses, they have no concept of the threats, the risk, and that's really what cybersecurity is. It's managing risks. They have no concept what that is. The majority of them have probably already been hacked or they're being breached right now as we speak. Average time is 6 months. Average number of hackers that go into an SMB is between 5 to 7. It really almost makes your heart hurt to know how badly we are under attack, and most Americans have no idea. So having a place where you can train people, where they can do internships, where businesses can look to have their own people trained. Now you've got a plan starting to form where you can help people. That's your CSOC. You've got your community support, your communication center, all that comes into play. I'm going to ask you to talk about clubs in a minute because you've done a lot of great work there, but I want to hit cyber range. Now, this is relatively new in cybersecurity. It's been around a few years, but it's the idea. Okay, so let's say that you've got a business. You're not really going to invite people in to do what they usually call red team, blue team. So you want somebody to attack you and you want somebody to defend you. And you learn those skills on both sides, because in order to be a good defense, you've got to know the attacks that are coming at you. So you got to know both sides. Cyber range allows you to not do that live with your business. It allows you to either make a copy of it or, and I, on the security side, I'm not a fan of that, but they've got simulated businesses, simulated networks that you can use. And now you can train people. This is how we operate. This is what you need to be aware of. And now you can play war. You can have that learning and I guess that learning environment that you don't get outside of actually attacking or being attacked. And none of us want that. So cyber range, I might not have done it justice. Go ahead, Rami, and pick up there and take us into clubs as well.
Thank you, Ron. So at Ivy Tech, I've been contacted by Ivy Tech Valparaiso and other Ivy Tech campuses. I'm a member of the Governor Council on Cybersecurity Executive Council, and also Ron is also a member of it, and also Ox is a member of it. And we attend this at least 4 times a year, and we give a lot of feedback. So just recently, last year, I have Muncie Mutual Bank reach out to us. They said we really need the training in cybersecurity, and this is what triggers this idea of CSOC. We felt there's a demand. We have these professionals that really need training in Ivy Tech, take the cyber ops course, the Cisco cyber ops course, and that's what really led us to kind of, you know what, we really need to build that center. So that's one thing. And also recently, also have another police department. I can't mention the name right now until we sign the contract. Also reach out to us, also in Indiana. They want to train their police officer for forensic and cyber operation, in addition to entity in Northwest Indiana, also looking to build also forensic lab for child exploitation and human trafficking, to train these officers, and also have Ivy Tech student to do this interns and be able to do this kind of work. So we have a lot of demand. That's what really triggered the CSOC. Ivy Tech is already down in Muscata Tech. We also have a cyber academy there with the National Guard and Ivy Tech and the governor office. We have a partnership. We have a group of at least 25 to 35 students who actually take classes in class at the Muscata Tech National Guard Training Center there. And the Ivy Tech faculty are actually trainers for that program there. So we have a lot of great news. I cannot stop talking about cybersecurity if I started here, but let's gonna go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that we do in Ivy Tech. So Ivy Tech Valparaiso campus, we have multiple cyber clubs. That these clubs, they do stuff that really reach out on the news. We just recently participated in the National Cyber League. We also participated in the United States Cyber Challenge. We also did the Department of Energy Cyber Force cyber competition. We also do the Collegiate Cyber Defense competition, CCDC. We're very active. We have to publish our calendar. This is how the student Ivy Tech, they're really busy competing, learning, getting certification. We have a company just recently reached out to us, and they're building a new location in Valparaiso, and they want to actually employ Ivy Tech students. Believe it or not, I'm not saying that there's other great schools in the region, but they really wanted students who have hands-on education, have certification. So they come and reach out to us, and they want to hire at least 4 to 6 part-time and 2 full-time position. And they're actually located in UK. And we have a lot of company reaching out to us. They said, hey, we heard that you guys get in 2019 the best cybersecurity program in the state of Indiana. And actually we get that honor. That was a great stuff because of the activity we do, because of the cyber club we have, because of also the cyber boot camps we have. As I mentioned before, we hosted last year, we hosted the Gen Cyber, and we also hosted the Cyber Patriot for the high school and middle school and even elementary school students. I mean, we have a lot of talent here. I cannot stop talking about cybersecurity. Please, if you have an interest on touching the keyboard or connecting your cell phone to the internet, there's always potential great future for you to work and find a job. And you don't have to actually drive every day 9 to 5. And you can do this stuff from home right now. Actually, one of my student Ivy Tech right now, I mentioned his first name only, Daniel. He just got a job and he worked for a company in New York. He's making right now, I'm not gonna exaggerate, over 75K just doing this work, and he's barely 21 years old. I mean, and we have the student who won the United States Cyber Challenge, second place in the nation, being contacted by Department of Homeland Security. We have Deloitte reach out to them, Department of Energy reach out to them, and they're getting right now internship and jobs. This is amazing to see all this great news. Just we show up to class, we do hands-on work, and we get the student excited about red team and blue team. And that's exactly what the cyber range is about, is to actually create a simulated small supercomputer on campus that we can actually do red team and blue teams. So we don't have to expose our IT tech system or your organization system to the internet. We can train your employees, we can train your high schools, faculties, student, we can train everybody. And this is going to be the future of computing. A lot of government agency right now already using cyber range. And we're very fortunate to say Ivy Tech is looking into this cyber range right now. And hopefully very soon, we will be actually part of the grant we got. We have a position full-time cyber range system administrator. So we actually, part of the National Security Agency grant, we get the $5.1 million. We have that position dedicated to manage that cyber range. And this is really great news. I'm so happy we have so many great news. I cannot talk about how much we have a great news, and my student contact me 24/7 all the time. We're doing stuff above and beyond what is a faculty, and a professor and a student can do. We have a constant communication. Anything happen in the news, we also, a lot of our faculty and student, a member of the FBI InfoGuard, thanks to Indiana InfoGuard, really were the leaders, and they help us and give us a lot of advising what to do. And a lot of our faculty are a member of that InfoGuard. Like you also, Ron, also a member of that organization. We have a lot of us who actually, receive a lot of critical information from Homeland Security and FBI's and other also entities about cybersecurity, so we could actually teach the classes, get the certification, get the student, and get the clubs and get the grants. And this is all going to boil down into one thing, and that is actually providing cyber awareness. And we have a lot of great news to share every day. So I'm not going to stop talking, so I'm going to give the microphone back again to Ron.
All right. Well, I want to take a moment. Let's identify who we are. I'm going to ask both of you gentlemen in a moment to give how people can contact you. You're listening to the Information Playground. I'm Ron Bush. I own Ron Bush Consulting Incorporated. We're a cybersecurity consultancy. And so we help businesses prepare and try to resist any kind of attack. Nobody's hack proof. If you connect to the internet, you're at risk. And that's what cybersecurity really is. It's managing those risks. So that's what we do. We underwrite this program, but we make it available on YouTube, on podcast, and also on WVLP. And I encourage you, if you're listening to us there, listen to us online, listen to us, stream us from the WVLP.org website. Also, check us out live. We're there on Monday mornings, 8 to 9, Friday afternoons from 1 to 2. They're a great radio station, community radio station. Check out their website, see how you can get involved with it. My two guests with us today are Sikoski, Professor Rami. Atso, would you give everyone a way to connect with you if they have questions and want to follow up with you? And then Rami, if you would do the same.
Absolutely. In this kind of environment, Ron, again, I'm referencing to the pandemic and COVID-19. We have created one simple email address, and of course, I'm going to share that one and the phone number. So the email address for anybody to just ask anything about Valparaiso and Ivy Tech in general, please just send us information or questions to ask Valparaiso at ivytech.edu. Again, that address is ask Valparaiso at ivytech.edu, or simply just call us at 219-462-8176, and somebody will answer or respond with your questions or even comments or anything you have. Please send us that information or inquire information from us. Same thing for Michigan City and LaPorte. It's the same address. Ask Valparaiso at ivytech.edu, and the phone number 219-462-8176. And we are there and available to help.
Great. And right now, I think is the time, let's see, it's not this week, it would be next week to start enrolling for the spring classes, I believe. So the timing's excellent.
So starting next Monday, January 4th, we have several days of express enrollment, the way we call that. But continuing students, new students, return students, transfer students, guests, everyone, we are inviting to reach out to us, schedule the appointment. Faculty will be available on January 11th, but definitely academic advisors. And I wanted to mention again for our career coaching and employer connections department, what we started that new initiative at Valparaiso campus. Everyone will be available, so to speak, and being able to help the students. Anybody wanted to get, and this is the best time to go back to the college.
Yeah. A lot of the programs, I won't say they're tuition free, but it's paid through grants. There's always different programs and different opportunities at Ivy Tech. More so than any of the other schools that I've either taught at or spoken to people. I'm just amazed at what you guys do. So it's always worth checking out. Rami, how do people, if they have questions, follow-up questions, thoughts, how do they reach you?
Absolutely. So we have a website for Ivy Tech for the cybersecurity program. If you go to ivytech.edu/cyber-security. So again, the website ivytech.edu/cyber-security. And then you can select the Valparaiso campus. You should be able to see Ben Marraro and Rami, myself, email and phone numbers and extensions. And I'm going to give you right now my email address are my last name, Salahieh at ivytech.edu. Again, the email address is R, last name Salahieh at ivytech.edu. Also, this website will walk you through the different degree we have, the different club we have, all the information on this website dedicated. But you have to select Valparaiso campus once you go to the ivytech.edu/cyber-or-security.
Great, great. I should mention, if anyone watching this or listening to it wants to reach me, it's Ron at ronbushconsulting.com. And if you have questions on the radio station, it's info@wvlp.org. So that said, let's get back to what we're talking about. So we've got the grant going, we've got cyber range, community center, communication center, community support, cyber challenge, ESOC clubs, just so much going on. Where do we go next? Let's start there. Let's talk about next steps. Of course, anyone's interested. We haven't talked about stackable credentials this time, but Atso usually bring that up. IT is an excellent place for that. So getting a job, and at this point, a lot of folks are out of work. A lot of folks, I hope, are looking to upgrade their skills. Now's an excellent time to do it, and do it online through Ivy Tech. I mean, it's just, sometimes we don't like the situation we're in, but the time is perfect for doing something else. And why you may be either unemployed or underemployed due to the pandemic, uh, there may be other issues at play. Now's probably the best time I can think of to invest in yourself through education. And who knows, if you're geared a certain direction, it may not even cost you any money. It'll cost you time, but when you're done, you've got something that now you can go out and get a better job. I can't think of a more secure career than cybersecurity. As long as we have the internet, we're going to need cybersecurity. So, what are your thoughts, gentlemen? Where should we go next?
I can start, Ron, right there about the stackable credentialing, and Rami can explain a little bit better about the stackable credentialing, more about cybersecurity along those lines. But speaking about stackable credentialing, it's the most exciting thing about me. And why I say that, because our vision and goal is how can we create a program to offer credentials to the shortest amount of time to the individuals.
Mhm.
We know the life is very dynamic, including jobs changing, positions, locations, and then family. People get married, family grows, and those kind of things. We wanted really to give credentials to these individuals the shortest period of time. So at Ivy Tech, we have created we call it certifications. Certifications, general terminology is anywhere between 4 to 7 classes combined together, and program chairs across the system, they get together and they designate these 4 or 7 classes together, where students will get the training and knowledge to be able to get probably national certification. So upon successful completion of the set of these courses, these individuals will be qualified to take that national certifications. More so, they will have the knowledge and training to take that national certification. So now, not only they will have official formal college credentials
Mhm.
from Ivy Tech, accredited institution, plus they will have national certifications, which these national certifications, as you know, they're being designated through these individuals, representatives from the related industry,
Mhm.
like yourself, when they're getting together and they're discussing, okay, let's go and form this national certification for the entire state, United States of America. That's the national certification. Then these individuals will be able to take that and pass. So now they are certified, nationally being certified. After that, these individuals, they are welcome, and we are hoping that they will continue. They have opportunity to be employable, at the same time to continue their education. So now with that, they're going to take anywhere between 3 to 6 more additional classes, and now they're going to earn technical certificate. We are talking about 10 or 11 classes. So technical certificate equivalent to 1 year degree. And then after that, they're going to go 1 more year, which we are talking about additional 10 courses. Now they completed the 2 full-year degree, associate degree at Ivy Tech. Depends what they wanted to do. Not all programs, but majority, they have 2 tracks. One is go and transfer to the foreign institution of your choice, or just end up with your employment or look for another employment. So the variety of opportunities are there, but we really wanted to be the most flexible we can be for the individuals to get the credentials, be trained, and be successful when you're going to start with your first job. So that's where the excitement is coming on my side. Again, how can we offer students to be able to get that first job? Absolutely, we need to have 4 year degrees. We need to have all those kind of high end credentials and degrees. Absolutely, but obviously it's going to take 4 years, 5 years, and then if you're going to go with the graduate work, then you're going to end up with more than 7, 10 years. So it's a commitment. And again, we have individuals at Ivy Tech who they started with certificates, they complete 2-year degree, transfer to the 4 institutions, and now even they have advanced degrees, master's degree or PhD. So we are really grateful for those kind of things, what we were able to offer, those opportunities, those individuals.
I think one thing to keep in mind, those that are older remember the old community college. You could take classes, but not all the credits transferred. Any school that I know of, any 4-year school in Indiana, all those credits transfer. There's no question. And outside of Indiana, I know that if not all of them, most of them transfer as well. There's one student I encountered somewhere. I can't remember now if it was one of the meetings I was in or something, but they had their might have had the associates at Ivy Tech wound up going to some university in Boston or somewhere in the Northeast, and they transferred, finished off their degree there, but they didn't pay the $30,000 a semester to go to school at Ivy Tech. They went through on the plan they needed to go through, got a great education there, and transferred that even outside the state of Indiana. And that's important to remember. That's an obvious benefit to it.
Absolutely.
Rami, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, absolutely, we have a lot of amazing options for Ivy Tech for cybersecurity education. We specifically curriculum-wise, we have 3 tracks. If you come to Ivy Tech, you can actually choose to become a degree-seeking student, like seeking Associate of Science or Associate of Applied Science, or you can do technical certificate or certificate. And the 4 tracks, we have more than 4 tracks right now. We started with network security, digital forensic, penetration testing, and nowadays we also started with a new track called combining both criminal justice and cybersecurity. And this is a new degree right now we have in Ivy Tech. I just want to mention to you, we have the education you receive in Ivy Tech, Valparaiso campus specifically, is focused on hands-on. The classes you will take, at the end of that class, the next class you take is you take 3 credit hours class, and then you get all the cybersecurity, well-rounded education, and then you move on to 1 credit hours, and that's when you get your Security Plus certification, which is a national industry approved certification, approved by Department of Defense 8570. Also, we have Cyber Ops, Cisco Cyber Ops, also another certification right now we teach in Ivy Tech. I just finished writing the course. We also have the Certified Ethical Hacker. We also have other supporting IT certification like A+ and CCNA. And this all goes under the NICE National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education framework. They want us to actually make sure we focus on this knowledge component to make sure we meet national standard when it comes in cybersecurity education. Come to Ivy Tech. I have great news for you. We have a lot of students who already have a bachelor's and master's coming back to Ivy Tech, said, I want to get that certificate program. I already have a computer science degree from this schools and that schools. I already have a master's degree student. I want to get this group of classes, get my certificate, get my associate of applied science, so I can transfer to this university, because we have a lot of partnership with other 4 years university like Purdue University. We have the Cyber Corps where student can actually attend a cybersecurity associate degree at Ivy Tech, and then they can get full ride to Purdue Northwest when it comes into Cyber Corps, which is Scholarship for Service program. Folks, we have a lot of great news. If you look into Ivy Tech, you will absolutely be very happy you make that decision. Make an appointment with an advisor. I'm your advisor. I'm your program chair. Reach out to me. You get my email address, rsalahih@ivytech.edu. We work 24/7 here. We don't really, over the holiday, I have a student, I was in Florida for Christmas, and some student reach out to me, say, you think I should take this course and that course? And traditional instructors who does not teach cybersecurity is like, hey, good for me until I get back again. I was actually texting back and forth to students, say, yeah, you need to take this course and that course. And my wife was looking at me, said, I think we're on vacation right now. So cybersecurity, as a professor, as a professional, it's your passion. It's not really just a degree you teach, because it's a constant concern. You have to learn the latest stuff. You have to go back again, get certification. You have to be a member of mailing lists. You have to always be on the look. As our Chancellor, Sikoski, he mentioned, as a cybersecurity professional today, you don't really have a vacation. Your only vacation is when you close your eyes and go to sleep, and then your phone, suddenly get some text from the FBI, Homeland Security, about the SolarWinds, the breach, the biggest breach right now in our nation, right now was on the news. I mean, you constantly, there's no break. As a cybersecurity professional, your life is absolutely driven by passion to learn and to help protect our nation, our system, our churches, everything's in our life.
Yeah.
It's involved everything, including if you're a doctor, lawyers, whatever your position in life, everybody involved in cybersecurity. As long as you have internet connection, you worry about cybersecurity.
Yeah. Now you mentioned the SolarWinds breach. That is developing into a full, I don't know, perfect storm or something. It looks like there's more than one breach involved. Um, no telling how long all of those breaches, however many we find out in time. Uh, Looks like most of the federal government, or a good deal of the federal government, was breached. You've got, I read somewhere 480 some out of the top Fortune 500, but a total of 18,000 clients breached just through uh, that one incident, and that continues to grow. Um, there's never been a better time to get involved in cybersecurity. We need people with integrity. We need people with who are honest, and people that want to protect us, because all of us are affected by this. You can only have banks replace money so often. You can only have businesses breach so often. Pretty soon, we start talking about business failure, and we've already got that situation with the pandemic that we're looking at. Well, gentlemen, we're down to about the last quarter, about the last 15 minutes. So let's take a few moments. Rami, you go first, and Atso, I'll let you wrap things up, or ask you to wrap things up. Rami, last thoughts, things we haven't talked about, we should have. What can we tell folks about all that's going on at Ivy Tech? If you've got something outstanding, something dealing with cybersecurity like the SolarWinds, let's take a few minutes and deal with that, and we'll give Atso in baseball, they used to call it cleanup, where you're the last guy. You got three guys on bases, and the cleanup guy, he comes and knocks them all in. So we'll give that job to Atso. So Rami, get us going.
So I would like to say, it doesn't matter what your background, it doesn't matter if you have a computer background or not. I have a student who really, I'm so proud of the amazing talent we have. We have a student came in from no background in computer, and end up taking the beginner classes and get excited. What really need, if you want to seek a degree or seek a career in cybersecurity education, all we need you to have is just interest and passion to protect your network. To find a full-time job nowadays, the world totally changed. Now you can work from home in cybersecurity. And with this computer science and IT degrees we have, and the different tracks we have, is amazing. Please look into this program. Go to the website, ivtech.edu/cyber-or-security, and look into the program we have. It takes you only a minute just to kind of contact an advisor, and the next things you reach out to me, and the next things we make an advising appointment. You become a student of Ivy Tech, and next things you say, what are my classes? And with this virtualization makes it really convenient. This is the perfect time, as you say, Ron, to go back to school. This is the perfect time for you to go back to school. It's because of this slowing economy, and the jobs are right now kind of a little bit slowing down. But guess what? Cybersecurity jobs are not slowing down. It's actually increasing. And a lot of them right now increasing cybersecurity. They need more force, and they need more workforce, I should say, in cybersecurity. So good luck to everybody. Feel free, please, to reach out to me. I would love to kind of answer these questions. If you have any questions.
Give them your email address one more time, and maybe your office phone if that's a good option for them.
Sure, absolutely. So when you email me, it goes directly into my phone. So either way, so my email address is my first initial R, as for Rami, and last name SALAHIEH @ivtech.edu. My office number 219-464-8514, extension 3079. Again, 219-464-8514, extension 3079. And feel free to reach out to me anytime. Cybersecurity is an ongoing learning process. You will get your talent from Ivy Tech, you will get your degree, you get your certification, you get jobs, you come back again for more education. It's a continuous process, not just getting really a degree. It's a learning process over the years.
Yeah, you mentioned CyberCore earlier. I had a couple of students this last semester that were involved in that, and they both got internships before the semester ended. I mean, it's a great program. So, Atso, take us home.
Yes. Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much for having us again this last week of 2020. And as we are preparing for the new 2021, I wish everyone the best health, safety, and joy, and all the best in new 2021. Again, I wanted to seize this opportunity to express my great appreciation to such a dedicated faculty and staff at Ivy Tech, Valparaiso, Michigan City, LaPorte, and all campuses for the dedication, what they do the best, what they can to help individuals, students, current or potential students to get those most needed credentials. And everything what we do at Ivy Tech aligns really well with all the initiatives what goes on the state level, as we are saying that we need to have that 60% college attainment by 2025, and we really wanted to help our state to get to that goal, as well as right here in Northwest Indiana with one of the seven, and number one is we are being dedicated and recognized as a 21st century talent region, thanks to the forum and Center for Workforce Innovation. And everything what we do, Ron, everything aligns really well, especially with one of the seven initiatives under Ignite, the strategic goal, which is all about how to enhance the efforts of Northwest Indiana education and training institutions. With that being said, Rami already talked about the Cybersecurity Communication Center and what we do. And right now, over in Valparaiso campus, we are developing another simulation lab, a state-of-the-art facility. Pretty soon, we're going to have open house for that as well, if allows. But we are completing this project where students in the healthcare programs will be able to have that as close as to the real world experience right on campus to be able to have that kind of training. So all kinds of things what we do at Ivy Tech with, again, dedicated faculty and staff. I truly am proud to say that we are the best what we do. And I invite all students, there is no better time than now just to reach out to us and start your education and training at Ivy Tech, because it's not only because it's one of the most affordable institution, but the quality, the faculty, and labs, everything what it's available, it's state of the art. And absolutely all these program offerings are really aligned with the needs of our local industry and everything what we do in Northwest Indiana. With that being said, again, really appreciate your time. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you, Rami, for being with me today on this one of the best shows, radio shows, and sharing all the best things that is happening in cybersecurity. And I wish everyone, all listeners out there, happy new 2021. All the best.
Well, thank you, sir. And thank you, Rami. Thank you, both of you. Atso, give that email address or website again for people to check out before we close.
Yes. Anybody who wanted to ask any questions, comments to send, it's only one email to askvalparaiso@ivytech.edu. Either students or anybody wanted to ask something about Ivy Tech, how to enroll, or any kind of information, please send us at askvalparaiso@ivytech.edu, and somebody will respond for sure. So that is our contact information.
Now, just for those folks that are listening or watching this that aren't in Indiana, are any of these opportunities available to them?
Yes, absolutely. Because as I mentioned at the beginning of this radio show, we have whole variety of delivery, face to face, but so many. I would say right now there are a good number of classes. When I say good, when I compare with a semester or 2 semester, I'm sure Rami can testify that how many classes now we transfer from face to face to online or virtual. It's substantial. That means the class offerings and training is out there. So folks outside Indiana, definitely they can apply and they can get these training anything at what it's available at Ivy Tech.
Excellent, excellent. Well, gentlemen, it's always a pleasure seeing you and having you on the program. You're both friends, and I enjoy our time together, whether it's on camera or not. So thank you for being with us and for all that you do. I really have always been impressed with Ivy Tech and your leadership. Both of you are leaders in your respective areas. So thank you for that. Thank you, folks, for watching us, for listening to us. Again, check us out on WVLP Monday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m., Friday afternoons from 1 to 2 p.m. That's going to be Central. You can stream us from WVLP.org, or you can listen to us on the radio, 103.1 FM. Check us out on any of the podcast stations and, of course, YouTube under the Information Playground. Thank you for being with us. 2020 has been a challenging year. Let's look forward to 2021. Thank you.